It's time for Around the Ozarks in 5. Brought to you by the Butterfly Palace and Rainforest Adventure, Adventure Cave Tours, and Talking Rocks Cavern. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Thursday morning, here we are. Is it hot enough for you? How many times have you been asked that already? All right.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long day.
It is going to be a long day. And I got to get new tires on my car. And so driving in the heat, I've actually been on eggshells for the last 2 days because I'm realizing how bad my tires are. So I'm like, don't pop. Right? I think there's more blowouts in the summertime. So
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
All right, here's a look at the news. Speaking of the heat, we begin with the heat wave, the first one of the year. Temps are hitting triple digits and the heat index is nearing 110 or so. Today could end up being the hottest June day ever recorded in Springfield. So hopefully you can get out and about early in the morning. A heat advisory is in effect until tomorrow night. Cooling centers are open in the area for people who need places to cool off. Also, as we told you, some public pools are extending hours. And not just Missouri dealing with the heat wave. We know that 70 million Americans are under some sort of heat advisory as we speak. Not going to last too long, though. By Saturday, we will be a high of 90 and then 88 on Sunday. So it's going to get better.
That'll feel cool. We'll be able to open the windows.
Nixa now has traffic cameras that can read license plates. There are 4 cameras currently installed that constantly are reading plates to check the numbers to see if they are stolen or wanted by police. The PD is not saying where those cameras are located so that the bad guys can't avoid them. But they do tell us that the cameras are not shooting faces, just license plates.
That's interesting. I wonder how they do that. At any rate, I remember covering
placement. Huh? You got to. Well, I mean, that would suggest that they have to like place them low, where obviously it's like zoomed in.
Yeah, I don't know. But I back a few years ago, several years ago now, I remember covering the red light cameras that were coming to Springfield and were in Springfield and Missouri. I traveled to North Carolina to follow the red light cameras that were in place in that city and how they worked and all of that. And then they went to court here, and they were ruled to be unconstitutional, or it would have been too much cost for a city to make it work the way that it would have had to work legally. So anyway, they're not here anymore, but some states do have them.
Yeah, Memphis had them. Because remember, I called you last weekend to let you know that I ran a red light with a red light camera.
Yeah, I do remember that.
It was worth it, people. It was worth it.
I haven't received a ticket in the mail
Yet. I was stopped at a red light in Memphis. I was looking around. There was like no other traffic getting ready to go, or at least like I knew that I had a minute. And dude jumps out of his car and starts walking. And I was like, I'm not going to find out why he's walking toward me right now. He might need money. He might need help. I don't know what he needs, or he might need my head. I'm not sure. So I didn't want to risk it because I was by myself. It was getting late. I don't know Memphis well, so I took off. And then I promptly saw cops the next day in Memphis that I was chatting with. And I was like, just so you know, I ran a red light yesterday. I had like this guilty conscience. And they were like, get in the back. It was funny. Anyway.
Did they cuff you?
No. They didn't cuff me or stuff me.
Yeah, safety first. You always want to do the safest thing first. So good for you.
Hey, I had an option. I had, you know what I mean? It was a split-second decision.
No, you're probably smart to do that. This is interesting. The Springfield Public School Board did not issue a collective statement of support for the LGBTQ community, as was requested by one of the board members. Sharita Thomas Tate, who, as you know, just won re-election, wanted the entire board to issue the symbolic gesture of support. Her motion to create that public statement did not get a second at the meeting, so it was dead in the water because it has to get a second to keep moving forward. Some of the board members, in fact, called for the removal of pride flags, safe space stickers, and other things on district property that were not approved by the district. So that could be an issue that comes up for future discussion and a future vote. So we'll be following that.
Lots of severe weather outbreaks over the last couple weeks are keeping disaster response crews from Convoy of Hope and others very busy. Just this week, Convoy responded to severe weather in Marked Tree, Arkansas, and Bartlett, Tennessee, where storms knocked out power to more than 150,000 homes and businesses. Convoy sent food, water, cleaning supplies, and more. They're also giving out some bottled water to people in Helena, Arkansas, after the water system there went down. Responses this week will follow essential relief supplies to Texas, Florida, Mississippi, Oklahoma, following severe weather, really kind of apparently all over the map.
Yeah, that was last week. All of those were last week. So this week had more responses. So it's been a really busy time. It's really kind of strange for this time of year for so many tornadoes to be happening down south, because usually this time of year down south, it's way too hot for tornadoes in Texas and in Florida and in Mississippi. So it's odd for tornadoes to be happening now because it's hurricane season now. And we had a couple disturbances down in the Caribbean, which fortunately didn't do a lot of damage. But it's been a busy time. The tornado season started out with a bang with 3 weekends in a row of really severe tornadoes back a month or so ago. And now here we are with the last couple of weeks, more tornadoes. So it's a crazy year. It's an El Nino year. So I blame everything on El Nino, which of course is Spanish for the Nino. That's a Saturday Night Live. Chris Farley. Anybody? Does anybody get that?
SNL. Okay.
There were some visitors.
I thought SNL, to be honest with you. I did. I thought SNL first, but I'm so used to Seinfeld references that I didn't know what to do with it. I was like, what if it's Seinfeld and I'm not recalling? I don't know. So
every now and then I throw a curveball. You don't know what to expect. You can't just pin me down as a Seinfeld guy top to bottom.
Absolutely.
Because I also know Vacation. I know a lot of lines from Vacation. I know SNL, some 80s SNL stuff with Chris Farley, early 90s.
All right, moving on already.
Well, anyway, there are some people visiting Convoy, and I was talking about the El Nino year, and I said that line to them in person yesterday, and there was one guy that was like, I was waiting for you to say it. I was hoping you would say it, because he got the Spanish for the Nino.
That's good,
anyway.
Right?
All right. Yeah, so it made me happy that one person got it. That's all I'm looking for. Unemployment is up in the month of May from April in the Springfield area. The unemployment rate in Greene, Christian, Webster, Polk, and Dallas counties combined was 2.6% in May, up from 2.1% in April. The jump in the rate is also happening in Missouri's other big cities, including St. Louis, Kansas City, Columbia, and Joplin. So there's something in the water. This is cool. Hamra Enterprises, which you know is based in Springfield, Sam Hamra, is buying 24 Panera Bread restaurants in the South. This acquisition includes stores in Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana, and Tennessee. As a result of this purchase, Hamra has now 195 Panera, Wendy's, Noodle & Company locations in 11 states. So they're taking over.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. And to clear up the massive backlog of murder cases in St. Louis left by the last prosecutor, no longer in office, an unprecedented move is taking place there right now. 8 federal prosecutors are now working for the St. Louis Circuit Attorney's Office to begin to work through the mountain of cases. Several more federal prosecutors, we're told, will also help out during the summer to try to get a handle on the mess that is in the prosecutor's office in St. Louis. And then we told you Hammons Field is already making upgrades to the stadium following its purchase by the city of Springfield recently. Well, its newest feature, brand new LED lights, will be on debut on the Independence Day game that the Cardinals play. The lights turn on and off more quickly than old lights, and they can change colors and they can flash, all features that the Cardinals will utilize following home runs during games and other game moments. The city is spending $4 million on upgrades to the park for the Cardinals.
That'll be cool. And I know that they are having, fireworks just in time for the 4th of July. So that's exciting.
Yep.
If you want to step up your gardening game, you may want to visit Finley Farms in Ozark tomorrow night from 5:30 to 7:30. You can take a tour of the facility led by resident farmers. You will see the greenhouse, mushroom yard, high tunnels, and learn about organic farming. The guided tour is $20 per person and includes a drink.
That's cool.
Yeah. Also, if you love classic cars, you'll want to check out the Midwest Chevelle Regional Car Show this weekend in Springfield. It's tomorrow and Saturday at the Oasis Convention Center in North Springfield. You can see Chevelles, El Caminos, wagons, GMC Sprints, and Beaumonts from 1964 through 1987.
Super cool. A lot of people interested in seeing those classic cars, so it's a good time to get out and check them out.
Yeah,
And then
I'm trying to
obviously,
remember my dad had one that he just called the double nickel, I guess must have been a 1955 something. And then Tim, our friend, what did he have? That Corvair.
Corvairs, yeah.
Yep.
And of course, there are lots of fireworks displays happening all weekend long through the beginning of next week for Independence Day. If you go to aroundtheozarks.com, we have a great calendar of events where you can find out what all's going on in cities big and small around the area. And just anytime when there's not fireworks and you're looking for something to do over the weekend, it's a great place to go where you can just get an idea of what's happening and what you might want to be a part of with your family.
Yeah.
So it's at aroundtheozarks.com or the Around the Ozarks app on your phone.
Yes, there are lots of different ones too, like lots of cities around the Ozarks, if you will. You see what I did there? I didn't even mean to. But anyway, go to aroundtheozarks.com and you can see all of the specifically 4th of July celebrations, which is cool.
Yeah. You've always been a wordsmith. That'll do it. That'll do it for us. Thank you for watching and listening. I always say watching because my life has been TV for 25 years, TV guy. So I'm always saying that you're watching. Thank you for watching. But we also thank the people who are listening because we know a lot of people listen to the podcast.
Most people listen, in fact. Some
wherever they get their
on
podcast.
Facebook, but most people listen on the app. So there you go. On any podcast platform, just in case you're wondering.
There you go.
All right, have a good one. There's a fly and it's bothering me, so I gotta go. Are you ready to wrap this up?
Cut it off. You're in charge.
Seriously. I'm gonna kill it whenever I go get a fly swatter. Okay. See ya. Have a good one.